Hello, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to talk about how to get your house ready for summers. In this one, I will be talking about first exterior inspections that you need to do and then the interiors. So first thing for the exterior is to inspect your roof. So to inspect your garage roof, you can simply go to your front bedroom and inspect it through the window. And to inspect the main roof, there are two options. So first is using drone, but to get access to drones is kind of hard. So what you can do is you can go across the street in the front and the back, and then just use a camera zoom in and click some pictures or make a video for your roof, and then you will be able to inspect it. Then you also have to inspect your eaves and gutters, so make sure when snow is melting or it's raining, you can check the corners if they are leaking or any joints if there is any leak. And then also the elbow for your gutter has to be put down so that when it's snow is melting or raining, so the water doesn't directly go by your foundation, it's just directly come to this middle swale. Also inspect your grading and foundation around the house, so to see if there's any major settlements. If there are minor cracks in parging, those are pretty normal when your house experiences different weathers. But if the crack is more than normal, that can be like quarter an inch or so, that means it may cause water to leak through during rain. So it's better if you call some professional to inspect it. Then also inspect under your deck for the grading, so it has to be sloped away from the foundation, so if there's any rain, the water will automatically drain away from your building. Then also inspect the beam for your deck. If it seems sloped, then add some extra supports to it to make it stable. Then also inspect the deck for the treated wood. So usually the life of treated wood is 3 to 3.5 years. After that, it needs to be repainted. So just sand your deck and then clean it, like you can power wash it and then paint it. So I will attach some pictures for how the treated wood fades with time. And also inspect your railing to be properly secured, and if it's any loose, then install proper screws on the deck. Also inspect your gas meter and the gas lines. So the gas line coming from your ground going into the gas meter and then into your house, if there is any rust, sand it down and then paint it with rust resistant paint. You will also need to inspect your exterior bibs. So for this one, if you have a special valve in the basement that was shut off during the winter, then you can turn it on and then start a bib for a few minutes, and then go to the basement and inspect it for any leakage. So what happens is, if in winter the bib, if there's any water, so sometime during the cold weather, the water in the pipe freezes and expands, and so does the water line. So when water line expands, it cracks. So now in summer when you run it, it will leak. Also check that all the penetration into the house are properly siliconed. So if you see here, it's silicone. So inspect it. Usually every 2-3 years the silicone has to be redone, so you just make sure that if the silicone is coming off, you can redo it. Also inspect your AC, just that it's properly stable and all the connections looks good. The penetrations are properly sealed. Also inspect your window well for window well rocks. So if the level of the rocks are low and you can see the exposed foundation, that means it needs to be refilled. Also, there is a drain pipe for the window well that goes to your whipping tile that has to be filled with rocks and free of any debris. Also inspect the intake vents because they take in the air, so there might be some lint or debris stuck on the screen here, so you can clean it. And for the exhaust vents, there is no usual problems because they exhaust the air out, so if there is anything stuck on the vent, it just goes away. But intakes need to be checked once or twice a year. You also have to change your furnace filter. So usually the recommendation is every 3 months or 2 to 2.5 months if you have pets or there's a construction going on outside. Also, as your furnace runs whole winter and there are high chances that by this time the filter will be dirty. So if you're almost completing 3 months, then just inspect your filter by opening the flap here and take out your filter if you think that filter is kind of dirty, so change it, or if you already completed the timeline. So to replace it, choose your own filter of your choice. I will be posting another video in detail about the rating of the filters, so you can watch that one. And also make sure you reinstall the same size filter, and the size on the filter, the old filter will have the size written on it, and you can buy the new ones with the same size. Also keep one thing in mind, that on the filter there will be an airflow arrow. You have to follow that sign. So by that means, so always a furnace airflow is from the duct system towards the furnace. Usually builder puts a sticker to show the airflow, but if your house is 2-3 years, maybe there are chances that that sticker might fade off. So just make sure that the airflow goes from your duct towards the furnace, and your filter has the sign, so you follow the same instructions on that. Now you also have to clean your HRV filter, which is recommended to be done every 3 months, but just double check if the filter is clean or not. So you just need to open the locks from the top. So there are 2 locks on both sides, then the door will open. And there are 2 filters on the top, so just take them out, clean them. If they're too dirty, then you can wash them. If they are like little dusty, then you can just vacuum it and put them back. And also you can vacuum this unit to remove any extra debris in it, and then you can lock it back. The next step you need to take is, first you have to switch your humidifier from winter setting to summer, and then also open your flap and inspect your humidifier pad. So if it's too calcified, then replace it. I will be posting another video for that. And then also on your humidifier, you can reduce your humidity, because in summer with the rain you will be your house will be having already extra moisture, so you can leave it around 25 or so, and you'll be good for that. Also, your furnace have a condensate line, your humidifier has the same, and then your HRV system. You don't have to do much of a maintenance here, but once in a while, maybe once in a year, you can clean them. Just use a 50% vinegar and 50% warm water and drain it, and it will clean all the debris in the pipes. Or you can buy a Drano or some chemicals from hardware stores, and you can use it, so these lines stay clear of any debris, so the water draining from your furnace system or humidifier or HRV directly drains out. Now you also have to inspect sump pump before all the snow start melting, because sump pump will be draining all the foundation whipping tile water, so make sure you properly check it. So there are 2 different kind of sump pumps, so I will explain this one first and then I'll go to the second one. So in this one, just open the cover here, and if you see here, the wire is only 1, so the other model has 2, so I'll talk about that as well. So in the model which only have 1 plug-in wire, in this one you have to test a sump pump with the float that is inside the sump pump. So now once your sump pump cover is open, you can see the sump pump motor here, and then there is the float. So to test it, you simply need to pull up your float here. So once it's raised, it will turn on the sump pump. If you hear the motor running, that means your sump pump is good and you don't have to worry about it. But just make sure when it starts raining and snow is properly melting, just come into the basement once in a while and take a peek. Now this is the another type of sump pump in which you can see there are two wires coming out of the sump pump motor. In this one, this wire is for your sump pump motor, and the middle connector is for your float sensor, that when your sump pump tank fills up with the water like 60-70%, it automatically supplies power to the sump pump for it to start and drain out the water. So to test this sump pump, you need to directly plug in sump pump wire into the outlet, and you can hear the sound of the sump pump running. That means it's working fine. And now you can reconnect this and plug it into your outlet. Also, you can test it in the same way as you do the other sump pump, that by opening all the screws on the box and then by raising the float, and then your sump pump will run as well. So now in terms of your HRV wall panels, there are certain settings that you can use. So in terms of the fan, it can be 2, 3 or 4, it doesn't matter much. Then for the automatic ventilation modes, you can either do 10 minutes per hour ventilation and 50 minutes per hour standby option, or you can use 20 minutes ventilation and 40 minutes standby option. And then in terms of the RH value, you need to put it to 0, so your dehumidistat option doesn't work, so you have to go all the way to 60 and put it off. So now this number will be automatically taking readings for your moisture inside the house. Also, if you see a wrench sign, which is a maintenance sign for your HRV filter, clean your HRV filter, and to reset it, just shut this HRV off, and then when you're turning it on back, hold this button for 4 to 5 seconds, and then it will reset the maintenance setting. And in this model of thermostat, you will just need to change your option from heating to cooling. If you have AC, then you can just press the system button, or you can leave it at heat and then lower the temperature here to 18 degrees, and your furnace won't run if your house temperature falls till 18, but as soon as it falls below, then it will automatically run. And then you can also use this fan option and put it to on if you want to continuously run fan for your furnace. This won't help much, but bring down the temperature of your house a little bit. Now for your thermostat, once the weather goes to plus 15 or 20, and if you don't want to use your furnace system, then you can put the system to off mode. And then if you have AC, then you can go to cool mode and then program or manually set your thermostat. I won't be explaining that in detail, but on the right top corner, I will add the video for this thermostat in detail, that how you can program it and how you control this thermostat. Then also, if you don't want to put your furnace to completely off, because sometimes still during the night the weather may go a bit cold and your house temperature may fall, so what you can do is just keep it on heat mode, and you can reduce the temperature here to like 18 or 17 depending on your choice, and as soon as your house temperature falls below that, it will automatically run your heating system. Then also there is this fan button that is on auto right now, because whenever your furnace needs it, it can run. But you can also use or you can also put it to on mode, even if you don't have AC. Then if you put fan mode to on, your furnace will be continuously running the fan. So when the temperature is about 25, 30, and you want to ventilate and cool down your house a bit, this may help to cool down your house few degrees. It won't be a lot, but yeah, it will help a little bit. Now we will talk about how to inspect your windows and screen. So the first is check the locks if they are properly working. So they should unlock and lock very easily, and then just unlock your window and then slide it a few times, open and close it. So if it's running smoothly, that's the one step that it's perfectly good. Then also inspect for some rust marks on the drain cap. So what happens is the slider window have a roller on the bottom so that the window can move easily. So especially after winter, when continuous like ice or water stays under the window frame here, so the roller starts getting rusted and they will leave stains here. So what you can do is just use a WD-40, spray it, leave it for a few minutes, and use a paper towel to clean it. And also inspect your screen. So if you see there are two clips on the top and bottom, so you can just hold them to properly engage and then check all the corners of the screen. So if it's good, then you are good to go for summer. If there's any issue with your window slider or the screen, contact window company so that they can provide you service. Thanks for watching the video. Hope this video will help you to get your house ready for the summer. If you like the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.